Welcome to how to configure the migration agent for Exchange organization options using PowerShell for Migration Manager for Exchange. I'm Chris Hawley. I'm one of the Senior Enterprise Tech Support Advisors here at Quest Software. Hey everybody, so here we are. We're in our my lab environment, and let's get PowerShell started. I've already got my command line to import our module, and like I said in some previous videos here, I'm going to have all this information here in the KB article and any blog posts so that you can just do a copy and paste of these PowerShell commandlets as well. So let's get this module imported. Helps if I hit enter here. Okay, so when we're using PowerShell to configure our organization properties, what that actually does, it allows us to configure how our migration agent for Exchange interacts with our source and target organizations. And let's get a get-mmEx organization property so we can actually see what is handled here. So let's start typing. I hit tab and we'll just hit enter so we can see what my current configuration is. So here we have both my source and target under force name, each object GUID, and our object GUIDs are pulled from Active Directory. We are not able to modify either of the force name or the object GUID. The two parameters that we're able to configure is our auto discover URLs and our PS connection server. So what does each one do? The auto discover URL, it's pretty straightforward. It specifies the auto discover URL for an Exchange organization specified by its FQDN. And our PS connection server, that's a parameter that is used only when you're using the support AD sync through third-party tools is set to true. That's a whole other PowerShell commandlet that we'll get to in another video. But this is used when it specifies the FQDN of the target Exchange server with which the mage and console will try to establish a PowerShell connection to. And by default, a PowerShell session is created with the Exchange server that has been used to add the target Exchange organization. And we can also use that to specify a load balance namespace with this parameter, as long as the load balancer itself has been configured to accept remote PowerShell requests. So let's get to specifying some of these URLs here. So when we're configuring these organization properties, especially the auto discover, we need to do the complete auto discover URL. So when we're setting this, we need to set the forest, set forest name, and we'll do my source. So my set hollysource.hal.lab. This is my source forest, and it's going to tell the mage agent what server to go to. And we're going to set the auto discover URL, and we have to use the entire string. And what I mean by that is we can't just stop with the server name. We need to go in and type out the actual URL. So in my case, let's just say I changed the server from the ch.src to we'll say Holly Source Exchange, and then we're going to do the full auto discover. One thing to note here, you can see that I typed in SVC versus XML, and that's just the difference of the different SOAP requests, or that might be used either SOAP or POX. If your environment's set up for SOAP, it uses a .svc. If your environment is set up by POX, it'll use XML. And your Exchange administrator or should know which one your environment's configured to use. If not, you're going to see a nice little error message in the log file. Mine is set up to use SOAP, so I'm just going to keep it to SVC, and we hit enter. Okay, so it took the PowerShell commandlet, otherwise we'd see that red banner of text. So let's just check it out, and we can see that it changed it. Very straightforward, very simple. So let's just set that back to what it should be. Otherwise, we are going to, or I'm going to have problems the next time I try to use my lab. Now, I did type in just the net BIOS name of the server. Ultimately, you can use either or. You can use NetBIOS or FQDN as long as you do have proper name resolution set up in your environment or your host files are set up properly. So I set it back. Very straightforward, just some get and set commandlets. Whoops, wrong commandlet. And that's all there is to it. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you have any questions or you want to know more, you can go to support.quest.com. You can reach out to us through our live help chat. You can also reach out to us through our communities or open up a service request at 1-800-306-9329. And again, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you later.